All right, so everyone's been hearing all this buzz about altcoin season, and you're probably wondering what it's all about. This deep dive is going to be your express lane to understanding how this all works without drowning you in all the jargon.
Yeah, that's right. We'll break it down into nice bite-sized pieces so you can really get a feel for what's going on beneath the surface here.
Perfect. So let's start with maybe like a real basic question. How does money typically flow when we enter an alt season?
Well, it's pretty fascinating, actually. It's kind of like a ripple effect. It usually starts with Bitcoin being the granddaddy of crypto. And as
Ugh.
Bitcoin starts climbing, a lot of investors start moving profits into some of the more established altcoins like Ethereum. These are kind of like your blue chip
So it's
cryptos.
like a stepping stone from the established to the more like newer
Yeah,
projects.
exactly. And then, as that confidence builds and those altcoins start rising, people are always looking for even bigger gains. That's when the smaller, newer altcoins come in, the ones that are really driven by these exciting narratives like AI or DeFi.
Yeah, and that's where things are getting really interesting, especially this cycle. Before we get into like the specifics of like those narratives, are there any signs that we can look out for that kind of tell us alt season is starting?
Absolutely. One of the biggest indicators is Bitcoin dominance. So when Bitcoin's share of the total crypto market cap starts shrinking, it suggests that money is flowing into altcoins. We've actually seen Bitcoin dominance dip below 56% recently. So that's something to keep an eye on.
Hmm. What were some of the big like themes that were driving the last altcoin season?
Well, the last altcoin season was really dominated by NFTs and DeFi. You remember all the hype around NFT art, NFTs or non-fungible tokens, really brought in a wave of new users who are interested in digital ownership and collectible.
Oh yeah, I definitely got caught up in that wave. What about DeFi? I hear that term thrown around a lot.
DeFi, or decentralized finance, was the other big player. It was all about creating financial systems that operate without traditional intermediaries, like banks. And we saw this huge explosion of DeFi platforms for lending, borrowing, and trading crypto, all powered by blockchain technology.
So last cycle, it was NFTs and DeFi. What's grabbing everyone's attention this time around?
This cycle, it's a fascinating mix of meme coins and AI-related cryptocurrencies.
Meme coins and AI. That's a combo I wouldn't have predicted. Tell me more about these meme coins.
Think Dogecoin and Shiba Inu. Cryptocurrencies that gain traction through internet culture and social media trends. Often they lack, traditional fundamentals, but their value can just absolutely skyrocket based on community hype and speculation.
So it's almost like the internet decided to make its own form of money. So community is a big factor with these meme coins then.
Absolutely. We've seen some mind-blowing examples recently. Pepe, for instance, hit a staggering $11 billion market cap at its peak, driven purely by this meme-fueled hype.
Wow, 11 billion. That's insane. I guess you can't underestimate the power of a good meme. Were there any other meme coins that saw that kind of growth?
Definitely. Remember Goetzius Maximus? It reached a $1.4 billion market cap, largely thanks to endorsements from this AI bot called Truth Terminal that's active on social media.
Wait, an AI bot pumping a meme coin? That's a whole other level of
Mhm.
something. It seems like this cycle, the lines between memes and AI are getting pretty blurry.
It certainly is. And that brings us to the other big trend this cycle, AI-related cryptocurrencies. These projects are really tapping into that growing intersection of blockchain and artificial intelligence, attracting investors who believe in AI's potential to just revolutionize various industries.
So we've got meme coins riding the wave of internet culture, and AI coins attracting those who are looking towards the future of tech. But you mentioned community being a big factor, especially with those meme coins. How exactly does community play into the value of a crypto project?
In crypto, community is the asset. The value of a token isn't solely about the underlying technology. It's about the strength and the engagement of the community supporting it. Tokenized communities act as networks, where the token's growth is tied to how well they incentivize their holders to collaborate and spread the word.
So a strong community can actually boost the value of a project.
Exactly. Active communities contribute to a project's success by fostering collaborations, providing feedback, helping with marketing, building trust. These are all essential ingredients for a crypto project to thrive. It's about shared belief and collective effort.
This is making me think I need to do a deeper dive into the communities behind some of these projects. Before we move on to part two, where we can explore those AI-related projects a bit more, is there anything else about this flow of money and the rise of meme coins that you think is important for me to understand?
I think the key takeaway here is that understanding how money moves in crypto and recognizing those dominant narratives is crucial for navigating this space. You need to be able to read the market and understand what's driving the trends.
It's like learning a whole new language, but with potentially massive rewards.
All right, so we've covered the basics of how money flows during altcoin season, and we've dipped our toes into the meme coin craze and the emergence of AI-powered crypto.
What kind of factors do you consider when you're evaluating an AI-related crypto project?
The team behind the project is always the first thing I look at. Do they have the expertise and experience to pull off what they're proposing? I also dive deep into the technology itself. Is it truly innovative? Does it solve a real-world problem?
So it's similar to evaluating any tech startup, but with the added layer of blockchain and decentralization. What about the token itself? How does that factor into your evaluation?
The tokenomics are crucial. I analyze how the token is distributed, its use cases within the ecosystem, and its overall role in the project's governance and functionality. A well-designed token can be a powerful driver of growth and community engagement.
It seems like there's a lot to consider. This world of altcoins is definitely complex. I'm feeling a little overwhelmed. Any advice for someone like me who's trying to navigate this space? Especially during alt season when things are moving so fast.
It's definitely a lot to take in. One approach I find helpful, and that many experienced crypto investors use, is dollar cost averaging.
I've heard of that. Isn't that a general investment strategy?
It is, but it's particularly useful in volatile markets like crypto, instead of trying to time the market perfectly, which is almost impossible. You invest a fixed amount of money at regular intervals, regardless of the asset's price at that moment.
So you're essentially averaging out your entry point over time and reducing the impact of those price swings. That makes a lot of sense. Any other strategies that you'd recommend?
Diversification is key. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Spread your investments across multiple altcoins that you believe in. That way, even if one project underperforms, your overall portfolio is less affected.
So manage risk by not going all in on a single project, even if it seems like the next big thing.
Got it. What other words of wisdom would you offer to someone who's new to the world of altcoins?
Remember that FOMO. The fear of missing out can be a powerful force, especially during alt season. Don't let it drive your decisions. There will always be new and exciting projects popping up, but not all of them will succeed. Do your research, be selective, and invest in projects that you truly understand and believe in.
Solid advice. Patience and research are key. It sounds like navigating alt season requires a balance of enthusiasm and caution. Are there any other risks that I should be aware of as I explore these projects?
Yes, unfortunately there are. While alt season can be incredibly exciting, it also attracts scammers and those looking to take advantage of the hype. One of the biggest risks to be aware of is something called a rug pull.
Rug pull? That doesn't sound good. What exactly is that? Essentially, it's a malicious maneuver where the developers of a cryptocurrency project abandon it and disappear with investors' funds. Often it happens suddenly and without warning, leaving investors with worthless tokens.
Wow. That's terrifying. How can I protect myself from something like that?
Thorough research is your best defense. Look into the team behind the project, their track record, and the technology they're developing. Transparency is crucial. If a project seems too good to be true, or if the team is anonymous or lacks credibility, it's best to steer clear.
It sounds like due diligence is absolutely essential in this space. Are there any other red flags I should watch out for?
Another risk to keep in mind is market manipulation. The crypto market is still relatively young and less regulated than traditional financial markets, making it more susceptible to manipulation by large holders, known as whales.
Whales? Are we talking about actual whales here?
No. In crypto slang, a whale refers to an individual or entity that holds a significant amount of a particular cryptocurrency. They have the potential to influence the market price through their buying and selling activities.
So some of those massive price swings that we see might be due to these whales making moves.
That's a possibility. It's important to be aware that not all price movements are organic or driven by genuine market sentiment.
That's a good point. It reinforces the importance of doing your own research and not just blindly following the hype. Are there any other risks I should be aware of?
One more significant risk is regulatory uncertainty. Governments around the world are still figuring out how to regulate cryptocurrencies. New laws and regulations could be introduced at any time, which could significantly impact the price of cryptocurrencies.
That's a sobering thought. The regulatory landscape is constantly evolving. I imagine that adds another layer of complexity to navigating this space.
It absolutely does. It's crucial to stay informed about any potential regulatory changes that could affect your investments.
All right, so we've covered some of the exciting opportunities in the AI-powered crypto space, but we've also delved into some of the risks involved. before we move on to the final part of our deep dive. Is there a key takeaway you want me to remember from this part of our conversation?
I'd say the most important thing is to remember that while the potential for gains in the crypto market is immense, so is the potential for losses. Approach this space with a balance of enthusiasm and caution. Do your research, manage your risk, and never stop learning.
All right, so we've explored, this exciting world of AI-powered crypto projects, and we've acknowledged that there are some potential pitfalls. So now I'm ready for the big question. How do I actually navigate all of this? Especially during alt season when things can feel like a roller coaster.
Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Navigating Altseason successfully really requires a balanced approach. You need to be able to, embrace that potential while also mitigating the risks.
Okay, so I've got the knowledge base. What are the practical steps that I can take to make informed decisions during alt season?
Firstly, never underestimate the power of research. Don't just jump into a project because it's trending on Twitter or because someone on Discord told you you're going to get rich quick.
Right. Those guaranteed return claims always set off alarm bells for me. So what kind of research should I be doing?
Look beyond the hype. Delve into the project's fundamentals. Scrutinize the team, their experience, their track record. Examine the technology itself. Does it solve a real problem? Is it truly innovative? And of course, analyze the tokenomics. Understand how the token functions within the ecosystem.
So it's about being a crypto detective, essentially. What else can I do to minimize risk during this wild alt season ride?
Remember those strategies we talked about earlier? Dollar cost averaging and diversification. Those are your allies in navigating volatility.
Right. Dollar cost averaging helps smooth out those price swings. And diversification prevents me from putting all my eggs in one basket. Any other golden nuggets of wisdom you can share?
Always be prepared for the unexpected. Crypto markets are incredibly unpredictable. Things can change rapidly. Don't let emotions drive your decisions. And most importantly, never invest more than you can afford to lose.
That's a really good reminder. It's easy to get swept up in the excitement, but you need to stay grounded. This deep dive has been incredibly insightful. Before we wrap up, is there one final thought you want to leave me with? As I venture into this exciting, albeit risky, world of altcoin season.
Embrace the learning process. Crypto is constantly evolving. Stay curious, stay informed, and never stop exploring. As the lines between AI and crypto continue to blur, the future of decentralized finance and community-driven projects is going to be incredible to witness. Subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all things crypto.